Welcome to the Ian and Taryn podcast.
Online.
Welcome to the Ian and Taryn podcast featuring Aj Gaikar, longtime friend. We're going to get at this full steam ahead, full vape ahead.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, not a problem.
Definitely.
Good to see you. It's been quite a while.
Yep.
We just talked, but now it's extra awkward because we're on camera.
A little bit.
Yeah. So you're working, you want to talk about work? Don't want to talk about work?
Don't want to talk about work.
Yeah,
it's not interesting enough.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So you're definitely into bodybuilding now? Up a good couple of 20, 30 pounds?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say bodybuilding just because out of respect for the sport. If you're bodybuilding, it's a 24/7 grind. You're
hardcore.
You know, macros, monitoring your food, you're eating, you're sleeping, and drinking, and that's all you're doing. You don't have a life. A lot of these guys don't have families unless they're pros.
I see them in the gym. Yeah, 8 hours a day, like just in there. Yeah.
And I'm a guy that lifts weights.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it all stems from body issues and stuff like that.
Oh, definitely.
So I mean,
we're dudes, so we grew up with GI Joes and all that. We're like, I don't look like that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Trying to make that happen, yeah.
Yeah, so really, I just care about looking good. You know, I like to say it's a health thing, but it's not really.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely an ego.
Oh, for sure,
thing,
yeah. And I'm glad to hear that because no one ever says that.
No.
It's like, oh, I want to be healthy. Like,
yeah.
Is it healthy putting on all that muscle?
Yeah.
You know?
And the weight, the stress, that you're putting on your joints. I have a friend who's a physical therapist and massage therapist.
Right.
Masseuse.
Yeah.
She'd kill me if she heard me say that. But she freaks out. She asks about like my shoulder workouts and some of the stuff that I'm doing, and she just like, do you know what you're doing? Do your ligaments and
the biomechanics of it. Yeah,
exactly. And when you're putting up heavy weight, you're putting up 215 plus pounds.
On the spine
press.
Too, with the squats and all that. Like spine is very delicate. Yeah,
you could have a belt. And you can have all the straps and safety measures you want, but at the end of the day, you're putting pressure on that stuff.
Yeah.
That's not supposed to be there.
And as my grandpa says, the parts wear out.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, so it gets tricky.
Live fast, die young.
Yep. And leave a beautiful corpse.
Yeah, there you go. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Absolutely.
So what kind of weight are we talking about? Say a squat. Is it general? What are you going for?
For like my...
For
daily
reps. We'll say for reps,
like 315.
Oh, okay, wow.
But there was a time where I was doing, like 425.
Oh, wow.
Because I've come down quite a bit. Because like I said, I have a life.
Right.
So I'm not trying to be Mr. Olympia.
Right. But you got to maintain, you don't want to blow yourself out and then you can't go in the gym.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm not afraid to go on vacation and take some time off and stuff like that. For a true bodybuilder, that's not an option.
Right,
you know what I mean? They can't go to Olive Garden with their mom.
No,
do you know what I'm saying?
They got to bring the chicken, then eat some more chicken.
Right.
Or they can't even have that chicken with the butter and all that stuff.
Exactly. Their chicken there. You can't trust it. It's insane, Yeah.
And
I commend those guys for sure, and I look up to them as motivation, you know? But I'm more into, like, Arnold and the classic physique like that, because today you look at like Phil Heath and Kai Green, it's disgusting.
Well, it's huge and shredded. It makes no sense.
It's huge and shredded, but it's not proportionate.
Right.
They don't have the V going on anymore. They got these big turtle stomachs,
cartoony.
Yeah, and it looks disgusting. And these guys are like, in Arnold's day, they were doing like tests and maybe some D-ball here and there. But they kept their form. Now these guys are doing insulin, and all this crazy stuff, and it shows that And today, I blame the judges because they're allowing they're scoring off of mass. They're no longer scoring off of
total look,
physique, and proportion, and overall.
Which Arnold had with that chest, like still to this day is for me like a pinnacle, like.
And Zane and all these guys.
What do you have, like a 20-inch waist or something?
Yeah, bro.
Like,
and he worked on that.
Like,
that, if you read his book, The Art of Bodybuilding, or The Blueprint, The Bodybuilding Blueprint, he emphasizes doing vacuums and stuff to train his waist to be as small as possible. And
not waist trainers.
Right, bro. And today it's just it's so different. And like I said, it's on the judges, man, because they're letting this freak show happen. But you know, it's what sells. It's a business. I understand it.
100%.
You know,
are those dudes like doing lipo or anything like that? It just came to my mind right now.
I don't think so, man, because you can't have any sort of scars or any sort of loose skin going on.
Yeah.
These guys are really just putting in the work, and they're developing so much muscle mass. And eating very clean.
Yeah.
Doing a little cardio. I'm sure they're doing their cardio.
You have to, yeah.
But dude, these guys are working out. They're training so hard for so long throughout the day to burn so much energy that they can't do that much cardio. And if they are, it's low heart rate cardio so they don't burn any muscle.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then imagine.
Once they get on stage, they're all full of diuretics and stuff. So
definitely.
No water. And
like probably fainting backstage, you know?
My buddy did a show a month ago over in Venice. Just an amateur physique show. And he did a diuretic and he felt horrible all day.
Well, you have to build up to it, right? Like the week before, you're limiting your water, you're in the sauna, you're all that stuff, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't really do it with him. He was doing it on his own, and I've never been into shows or anything like that. Like for me, it's for myself,
right?
For the beach, you know,
right.
So I feel good about the way I look.
Yeah.
The competition stuff, it's a whole nother level, and there's a lot of prep that goes into it. But he was out in the Venice beach sun all day. It was like 8 o'clock till 4 p.m. Literally all day.
Yeah.
And he just felt horrible in the day. And then after that, he started getting like swollen ankles and he had to go to the hospital.
Yeah, water retention. The body's like, hey, we need this water.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm
scary
about that, dude. So, I mean,
there's like healthy, then there's like, whoa, what's happening here? You know?
You're no longer, I mean, at that point, you're definitely not doing it for health. You're doing it for competition.
Right.
You're competing, right? So I mean, the guys that are doing it for health, you can see it. They're in there. They got maybe 20-pound dumbbells.
Right.
They look like they run every day. They're probably eating super clean.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they're not there to get shredded. They're literally there to be healthy. And I don't understand that. I don't relate to that because I'm extreme all the way.
Right.
I've never been super health oriented. I'm young. We're young.
Right. Yeah.
We care.
Yeah, I see the health guys, I see the bodybuilders, and then I also see the extreme guys where I'm like, wow.
Yeah, and
like the amount of food intake you have to take in. Was it every 2 hours or like all damn day, just every fucking day?
When I first got into it, and I was actually had a bodybuilding mindset because I wanted to get size fast.
Yeah.
It was a chore how much I had to eat. It was no longer pleasurable.
I don't know if I could do it. Like I would just be like full, just super full.
Feel.
Yeah.
And then you feel full, right? You're on your like fourth meal of the day. It's noon.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's time for my protein shake. And you're
God. Yeah.
Trying to take it down. And
fourth meal of the day, noon alone. Too much.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's hard. And Rich Piana, I was watching that Generation on 2 last night I was telling you about.
Yeah.
He was saying because he was attempting to go pro, at his heyday, he was eating 12 meals a day.
Oh, geez.
12 meals a day?
Probably all chicken, all green beans, stuff like that.
Probably not even heavy on the green beans, too many carbs.
Oh, God.
You know? Because you can't really measure your carbs that well with green beans because they're all a little different.
Right.
It's got to be right. It's got to be measured. It's got to be precise.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's
no,
crazy,
thank
dude.
you.
It's crazy. So,
no, thank you.
Yeah.
His girlfriend was hot, though.
She is. She's attractive. I think was she Russian? I don't know. She was in the fitness industry, I think, before they got together. And I just remember watching some of his YouTubes and they'd like be getting Ben and Jerry's and stuff.
Really?
And I'd be like,
yeah.
Dope. And I'd go grab some
yeah.
Ben and Jerry's. It's cool. Rich Piana does it.
Right.
It's fine.
Well, all those guys are like, look how many Oreo boxes I'm putting in my cart. Like, how many did you actually get though? Right, yeah.
Exactly.
It's a good Instagram picture, but how many?
And that's what it is. It's business. These guys are not bodybuilders. They are fitness business people in the fitness industry. You know, they will make a channel like Bradley Martin, Colin Von Moger, all these guys. They're massive. They're impressive.
Yeah.
They usually have something in common, though. They're young, they're good looking, they're big, and they're entertaining.
Right.
And then what do they do with that? They sell shirts. They sell protein. They sell BCAAs.
And that's the thing for me, though, is like, we know what they're doing, and then they're like, look at this protein powder I'm taking. It's like, is it the protein powder? You know, no.
Dude, no.
And it's so weird to me, like, can I trust you now? You know?
Well,
but you can't say I'm doing this, and that. So I understand the business aspect of it, but I'm like, it's not the BCAAs.
No.
You know, it's not the multivitamin.
No, they help. And I mean,
100%.
Can you trust them? What do you mean? Like, you can't blame them.
No.
There's a niche. There's money to be made. Do it. You
but
know
if they're
I mean?
saying post-recovery workout shake, like maybe that's true, but this is not what's getting you to that level.
You're saying it's the drugs.
Right.
Which is valid, but you need BCAs on top of that.
Oh, right. And you need to put the work in either way.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I totally respect that.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just a little weird for me, you know, or like the Instagram butt models. Like, it's all these squats I'm doing. Like, are you sure? Is there a little fat transfer going on here?
Or just genetics and she's lucky.
Or just genetics, yeah. You know, or are you doing waist trainer, literally squeezing your organs together for that waist, you know? So it gets a little tough for me.
I mean, what's the difference between corset, waist training, and bodybuilding for 3 hours a day?
Right. I mean, it looks the same.
Where do you draw that line?
Yeah, it's just not healthy to squeeze your organs together.
No, and especially
from what I heard.
For a woman, and eventually if she has a child.
Right. Ooh.
I can't imagine, you know. But
well, and some of those girls doing those drugs too, that's a whole different game.
It's gnarly because you have male side effects, so deep void. Like, you've seen some of the Mrs. Olympias?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
It's scary. And I'm not trying to be offensive or anything.
No, I mean, it's
like
just
a drag
facts.
show.
Yeah.
They don't look like women anymore.
Or like Cyborg. Yeah. And you're out here literally fighting women? Yeah. Can't have that. You have man fists. You have man bone structure.
And that was a big thing because transgender, right?
Right.
But I mean, like, you were born as a man, right? So your bone structure is male. The only thing is different is you no longer have male genitalia.
Right. Or even sometimes they do even.
That's not, I mean, that is trans, but like to get away with it in a professional setting like that.
Oh, right.
There's no way.
I guess
that
not.
Has to be
right.
Post-op, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would guess so.
Yeah. Because people were fooled for a while.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I didn't.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, all those chicks are pretty gnarly.
Oh, it gets a little tough. But then once I heard, I'm like, oh, now it's very clear.
Yeah.
And you're just whooping ass.
Oh, for sure.
Like, that's where it's like, well, now there's a clear advantage. You know what I mean?
And then we get in, so that's a whole nother can of worms, is sports.
Right.
Today, we live in such a crazy time where, and I'm 100% an advocate of that. My brother-in-law is transgender.
Yeah.
And I mean, I am like, whatever you want to do to make yourself happy, do it. I'm totally 100% about it.
Oh, I didn't know he was trans.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
And he makes my sister super happy.
Oh, your brother-in-law.
My brother-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, technically, your sister is a lesbian or not anymore? Regular relationship.
I haven't had that discussion with her. The last time before they had met and gotten married, she did classify herself as a lesbian.
Okay.
And I don't know, where does that lie? You know, I figure it's more of like I think it's asexual, where you fall in love with the person regardless of their gender.
Right. And it's more their spirit, like what you feel they are.
Yeah. But at the same time, he is pre-op.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
And I absolutely I support that because just today we're not there yet. We can't replicate that.
And for me, I don't care what anybody does at any given time. I just want to like know the right way to say it, and that gets tricky, like
with all the pronouns today. And I'm about, look, this is my stance on that. If you consider yourself a male, I will call you he, and use that. If you consider yourself female, I would call you she. Absolutely. When we get into all this crazy stuff with the Z's and the Zers
and the hims,
and the list is infinite, and the like wormkins, and you think like, are they messing with us?
Right. And how am I supposed to know? Like, if you want that, have a name tag or something. If you're gonna be offended by me calling you what I see you as, you know.
I'm sorry. The whole there is no gender thing. That's BS.
We know there's science
biologically, male, female, in all species, except for like seahorses and jellyfish. They can change, but they're crazy.
But I'm also all for equality.
I am
but
too.
But these things are separate.
Because we're tying into politics and stuff like that. And this originally, we were talking about competition.
Right.
So where do you draw a line there? Because Right. If you were to go and become trans or me, and then even post-op, I'm sorry.
Right.
Like, you know how hard a chick would have to work to get like this, and even at the end of the day, she would have to take hormones.
Yeah, probably
to have this kind
not
of
likely at all. Yeah.
And it's like, I'm sorry, like you're still, there's too much male in you.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about a social thing, because socially, I will regard you as a woman all day long
100%.
and respect you as a person. But in competition with other people, like, is that fair?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
And
it gets a little blurry. And say
does.
like the Kardashians with Caitlyn Jenner, they still call her dad, but then refer to her as she. It's the weirdest thing to see on TV, you know? It's
I don't watch.
They're like, oh, my dad was this and that. She said this. So it's weird, you know?
That is crazy.
But like, he raised them as their dad, you know?
As Bruce.
Yeah. So it'd be weird to switch to like my mom, because I have a mom. You know what I mean?
Don't you think it's weird saying my dad is, she is?
And then she, yeah. But if that's what she wants, then I guess it's...
And I'm absolutely about that.
Yeah.
Politically, I don't see any issues besides so have you heard what's going on like in Canada with Jordan Peterson and the SJWs and the pronouns and all that?
I have a huge problem with that.
Me too.
And he wouldn't even let them... They wouldn't let him explain even.
Never. They won't let him speak at a lot of places because he speaks the truth. And because he combats what their ideology.
Right.
And they won't converse with him because they believe that conflict is feeding into his male whatever.
Well, and the colleges are supporting this too, which is my thing. Like, if we're here for education, education is there's a side, then there's a side.
Right.
We meet in the middle somewhere. You can't just be all over here. You know what I mean? Like, to have a valid discussion, you need to hear this side and this side.
But don't you know, white male privilege is prevalent.
Right,
so,
that's the other
any
thing.
Sort of combative, meeting is just, well, obviously they're going to win because they're white male privilege.
Yeah, of course.
End of story.
Yeah.
And I really think all that, they have hijacked the gay community and the trans community and taking it as they've taken it as their mascot.
Oh yeah.
And it's they've hijacked it.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, if you go against it, you look like a horrible person. Oh, you're a homophobe.
Right. Yeah, you're racist.
Right,
do all
you're
this
racist,
stuff when
and
it's like
dude.
no, this is just my opinion. I'm coming from here.
Yeah.
You're coming from there. Can we just still talk anyways?
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But when you grow up with this, like, say whatever you want and people have to respect it. I didn't grow up like that. You could say something, but no one has to agree with you. You know what I mean? It's called your opinion. You don't force that on other people.
And fundamental freedom of speech.
Right.
You're forcing me to address you a certain way.
That's literally going away, you know?
Absolutely.
And like, my grandpa was Jewish, all these things, so I don't agree with the racism and all that, like in Charlottesville. Yeah. But I do agree with them being able to go out and have a parade. You know what I mean? Like, they should be able to have their parade if the Jewelry Association can have a parade. You know what I mean? Like, this is what free speech is.
Absolutely.
You know, and we could protest. It shouldn't be getting violent, though. You know, it should just be a show in numbers like, hey, this many people disagree with you. Yeah. You can see them over there. You know what I mean?
And the violence stemmed with the SJWs.
Right.
The punch Nazi.
Right. Oh, of course. Yeah.
Dude, I saw something on Twitter of some kid who is in the SJW crowd with them, marching with them. Yeah. And this girl starts picking them apart, saying, like, you're white male privilege. Right. You're inherently racist.
Right.
All this crazy stuff. And I was like, I don't care what side you fall on, alt, left, right, whatever, and you're gonna come at a person like that, and he was on your side. Yeah. He didn't even do anything.
Like that girl who got maced in the face with the "Make Bitcoin Great Again" shirt. Yeah. Or hat.
Nuts.
Like,
that was
at least do your research, you know, at least give it a second, then, you know.
People don't care. It's not about the topic at hand. Yeah. It is an outlet for them to get their aggression out, to have their voice heard. Yeah. And it's a platform for, I mean, I don't want to say it, but I mean, you look at a lot of these people, they're losers. And
that is the sad fact of it, is they don't have their group of friends, like, I'd say a normal person has a good couple of friends say, hey, I'm going to run this by you real quick.
Right.
If you don't have anyone, no one to say, hey, that's a little extreme, it's a little rough, you're going to go join this group of all those people who don't have anyone.
And they don't even have those friends. They have the internet.
Right.
And the internet gives you this false facade of like, look at all these people. When really it's a fraction of people.
Very small fraction.
Join together on a forum or whatever.
That's how I feel about the whole transgender thing. Like, it's such a small thing. Why is it even a big deal? Do what you want. Why is it a huge deal?
And I know a few transgender people.
Yeah.
And their stance on it is respect me as I respect you.
Right.
And like, we're good. Like, they're not going to get crazy with you on adjectives and all this. They are people. We are turning this into a freak show, and they are people, and they just happen to be wanting to be referred to as he or she or whatever. And I think it's like, have you ever seen the Morgan Freeman clip on 60 Minutes, and they're asked him about racism?
Oh, God.
And his answer, the best answer ever.
Yeah.
He was like, the problem with racism is we keep talking about it.
Right.
If we keep acknowledging it.
100%.
How about you just look at me as a man, I don't look at you as a man.
Human.
Game over.
2 humans.
Like, dude.
Yeah.
Profound, 20 seconds, mind-blowing. He's the man.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But he's on another level of bringing people together and almost like a father figure, you know?
No, and just pure wisdom, man.
And about this whole North Korea thing, he's like, hey, bro, chill. Like,
right.
But that's what I want to say to Trump. Hey, bro, chill. But I called this months ago. I'm like, we will go to war with them. It's 2 hotheads. 2 hotheads. And my grandpa tells me no, like, it can't happen. I disagree.
It can.
I don't want it to happen,
No.
but Trump's at the wheel. Kim Jong-un's at the wheel. These are 2 crazy people.
I agree with your grandfather.
Right.
I don't think it's going to happen. It could happen. I won't say it can't, because it can.
Yeah.
Kim Jong-un is not going to attack. So he has missiles which can hit Guam.
Right.
We don't care about Guam. I mean, we do, but we don't have anything really in Guam that would be this shocking, like, like, you know, like the Twin Towers going down or something like that.
Well, all the deaths, so...
I mean, I'm not saying it would be tragic, but it wouldn't really cripple America.
Yeah.
It would literally just be an act of war. What would happen? We would smash them into the ground.
That's what my grandpa's saying.
Them. And they're just getting their feet off the ground.
Right.
He's not going to bring that down. I mean, he is crazy. He doesn't care about his people, but he's not going to destroy what his family has just started to build over the last couple generations. Do you know what I mean? And then I don't think Trump is going to act on it because the ties with North Korea and China, he doesn't want to. He's a businessman.
Right.
And we do a lot of business with China, man.
But we've seen him cut off a whole race, Mexicans. Like,
tried to.
Literally said, fuck you.
He talked about doing it. He hasn't really done anything.
Right. But, I mean, the wall and all this stuff. So it worries me that...
That was a campaign speech.
Yeah.
Nothing has really happened.
Can't.
Right.
All the economists said there's no chance. Like, yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Dude, this is some crazy... But that's what the people voted for because they were sick of the... And I'm not a Trump supporter, and I can tell you're not a Trump supporter. Right. But, I mean, would you have wanted Hillary in office?
Oh,
no.
Well, you're educated on Hillary, though. As far back as them being in the cocaine trade, all the suspicious suicides, I cannot trust her whatsoever.
No.
She has killed a large number of her staff.
Right.
All suspicious suicides.
And we were talking about conspiracies earlier.
Bill is a pedophile.
You're not a conspiracy guy.
No.
Those are just, if you dig deep enough.
These are pure facts.
Right.
And people are like, oh, it's Trump or Hillary. I'm like, I didn't vote. I'm not cool with either one.
I voted anonymous.
Okay.
Just to say F you.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to vote.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's my...
Make a tally on there. Yeah.
You know what? Mm-hmm. That's like my duty.
I don't
agree with any person, so I put in... it has a blank space.
Yeah.
Anonymous.
Yeah. I agree with that. And I truly consider myself an independent, but not even in that classification. Right. I'm just like, give me the facts, and I find myself here.
I'm a little conservative.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit liberal.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah.
Either or. I think the best shot we had was the Libertarian Party.
Right.
And then they messed that up royally on this campaign. any shot we had just got shot down. Hopefully it can rebuild for the next election. But I mean, I just think we need to, as Americans, I think we need to get out of this two-party system.
100%.
It's so corrupt.
Yeah.
It's so corrupt.
Well, and it's proven now with the Russia meddling.
Yeah.
They bought $270,000 worth of Facebook ads against Hillary.
Right.
Which, that means one thing to someone, but to me means pro-Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So why did they want Trump in? You know what I mean? So I'm getting worried, and everyone's like, there is no connection. I'm like, I don't know now.
I would say they'd want Trump in purely for economic reasons.
His politics, and
politics.
Business only, and they're very
He
business.
doesn't have politics. He's a businessman.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And look what he's doing. The only thing he's done since he's come into office is try and repeal Obamacare.
Yeah.
Again, thank God that hasn't passed. And
I know. I'm on it.
Right?
Yeah.
I would be, but I'm just lazy. Actually, I didn't qualify. It was
Not
weird.
that hard. Oh,
I
just above.
I guess.
Yeah.
I think you make more money than me.
It's money made though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I don't know what the deal is there, but I mean, I'm young and relatively healthy.
Depends how your taxes are.
That's true.
Structured.
But so he's raised taxes for the middle class.
Yeah.
And he's lowered it for the upper elite.
Well, he's also lowered sales tax too, which is then good for me on the business end. So, but all of these policies benefit him.
Absolutely.
100%.
Even though it's like, oh, well, he's not running Trump Industries anymore.
Right.
But like
his kids
son-in-law
are,
is. And like, who do you think is really making the decisions, bro?
We know what's going on.
Yeah, bro, you're not fooling anyone.
It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
It's literally the weirdest
it's not.
thing.
That's the weird thing is it's not weird.
It's totally understandable, right?
It's normal today.
Yeah.
The corruption. I don't understand how we have lobbyists. How is this legal still?
That has to be gone. And in fact, Trump just proposed a new plan that if you're a lobbyist, you can't work for any company you lobby for 10 years. And I'm like, that should have been a thing. That should have been a thing forever.
I feel like that's even not long enough. I feel like you shouldn't be able to have had been up in a certain position. If you're on any type of board of a company at any time, no way. They'll have sleeper cells, bro.
Right.
And they'll fucking pounce.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just so corrupt. The lobbyists, it's like the corruption's ridiculous.
And the money's easily traceable if we look. Like, okay.
It's not illegal.
Right.
There's no reason to hide it. That's the scariest thing is it's all legal. It's legal
and we
corruption.
know what's happening, like even with the weed industry and the cigarettes, like alcohol's fighting it, tobacco's fighting it. Why? Because it's better across the board for everyone, health-wise and da-da-da, but alcohol wants to sell alcohol. Yeah. Like in order, in the beginning, to distribute marijuana legally, you had to get a alcohol license.
Because they didn't have another classification.
Right, and they wouldn't give you that license, because why?
Money out of their pocket.
And even the banks, like they won't take the money. You'll take the cigarette money, you'll take the alcohol money. You know what I mean?
Well, because it is federally legal. Banks don't want to get into the state federal blue, gray area because like they can lose out.
100%.
If they're not backed.
And that needs to change though, because alcohol, straight up poison, you can buy.
2018, it is going to be federally legal, isn't it?
California recreationally legal. Yeah, I wish.
California is everything.
Right. Yeah. It's been medically, but now it'll be recreational, where your license can buy it.
Like Colorado.
But
and
still,
look at Colorado. The amount of money and taxes they've saved their economy.
Schools have books
with weed.
Imagine that. Schools having
from
books.
Marijuana.
Yeah. I mean, and if my whole thing is if we're gonna sell alcohol, we need to sell weed. Like, there's absolutely no argument between the two.
Mm-hmm. Weed is far less destructive, bodily, mentally, society.
In fact, the CBD fights cancer, socially.
Yeah.
Which isn't psychoactive.
Right.
But I don't want to harp on this.
Psychoactive either,
Right. And if we're talking about mood altering drugs like alcohol, this is a such better option.
Absolutely. I'm going to sit on the couch and watch Dazed and Confused and eat some Lay's.
You're not going to fight, be stumbling through the streets, all this stuff. Like, and it's kind of ridiculous.
It is. Yeah. And I feel like it all comes back to politics because this was outlawed in the 1900s because of racism. It had nothing to do with the product itself. Opium and cocaine was still legal when they outlawed marijuana.
And morphine.
Right,
Yeah.
You know,
it's because the paper trade didn't want the hemp trade to be a thing.
That's a part of it.
It just goes so deep, and now it's like, hey, we know all this, so let's just go ahead and fix it.
Well,
you know what I mean?
It's easier said than done.
Well, and cigarettes, like, what's the benefit of a cigarette?
None.
Literally nothing but cancer and death.
It's Americana. It's tradition.
Right.
And it's been in our culture for so long. Same with alcohol.
Yeah.
That if you try to take that, there would be riots. There would be more than riots. There'd be meetings.
100%. Yeah. And then the whole black market trade and all that good stuff. But
yeah, they have raised the cigarette price. You know how much it is to buy a pack of cigarettes these days?
I saw.
It's like $10, bro.
Yeah. Which New York, I can only imagine.
Even
$20?
Yeah.
God.
Which, I mean, like, that's an unreasonably high syntax.
Yeah.
That to raise those prices. I understand why they're doing it. I kind of support it.
It goes to medical research and all that, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's cool. I didn't
totally
know that.
Yeah, so I'm all for that.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I don't smoke anymore. You don't smoke anymore, so
really, no.
we're like, who cares? But I bet smokers are like, no fun. But
my dad still smokes.
Really?
He talks about dude, I'm never gonna stop smoking.
He
talks about when he used to buy cartons for like $40.
Right.
Cartons
my dad
now?
was telling me when they went up to $1 a pack, he was gonna quit. You know, I'm like, God.
That's when Coke was a nickel.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Hamburger too.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
Couldn't imagine.
That'd be awesome. But then again, you're only making like $100 a week.
I know. That's the trade-off.
But it's I'm cool with that. Inflation's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, but at least we're not in like hyperinflation. Post World War II Germany,
100%.
Barrels for a loaf of bread.
That was a whole different thing. In fact, all these disasters happening, milk going up to $100 a gallon and stuff like that.
That's horrible.
I know, but I'm hearing like if you have a go bag, I don't. We should. We're in an earthquake country,
and we're ready for one.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Whatever.
But you need to have cash in there. You know, which some people don't think about. Like I wouldn't think about. Food, water, all those kind of things, flashlight. You need cash.
Because the ATMs are going to be down.
No cell phone either.
Yeah.
You know? It's tough. Back to alcohol. Guess the most expensive bottle of vodka in the world.
Is it going to be a brand I would know?
Nope.
All right, well then what?
Just guess. Throw out a number.
Oh, the amount.
The amount for the bottle.
Not the brand.
No, not the brand.
25,000.
3.75 million.
What? Is it aged?
The bottle has diamonds on it and stuff, but
that's so
I saw
gaudy.
I saw it yesterday. I'm like, oh my God, kill yourself.
That's fuck you money. I'm sorry.
No, it's billionaire
really
fun. They're like, no big deal.
Just
whatever.
Sitting there.
Yeah. Couldn't imagine. So stupid.
Past a certain point, you know, after I would say I'd be cool on like 10 million in the bank.
Oh, 100%.
I'd be cool the rest of my life. My kids would be pretty much covered.
The money will make money.
Kids. Yeah, and then after that, it's like, what are you doing that for?
Some people are making that a day.
They're addicted.
Yeah.
Purely.
But if I could go to work for a day and bring back 2 million, I'm going to keep going to work, I think.
Because you become addicted.
I mean, a yacht, a plane, all this stuff. I'm going to buy a country eventually, you know?
I guess
I wouldn't want it either. I would prefer to hang out and chill with my family, but
I think these guys get caught up in that loop, that cycle so early because like you know, we're in our mid 20s.
Yeah.
They get started in like on Wall Street in their early 20s.
Well, and their parents are probably really wealthy. Like, you have to make this.
Let's even say their parents aren't. Maybe they came from nothing, and they go to, maybe make it worse.
Yeah.
Right. And they go to Wall Street, and they're like 20-year-old intern, and they just see
it.
this going on, and these are their gods.
Yeah.
And just consumerism running
Wolf
rampant.
of Wall Street shit.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, Gordon Gekko kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh.
And that's the lifestyle they come up in. They're not. That's all they know.
Yeah.
They're not gonna stop.
That's your happiness. Just raking it in.
What is your life? Your life is work. Your life is 100 billion.
18-hour days.
Right. You don't have a family.
Suit 24/7.
I'd be cool with that personally.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So much money.
I wanted to, so I just bought my first suit. So funny because I saw your blue suit.
Yeah, yeah.
I got the exact same. I don't know if it's the same
Amazon?
suit. No, actually, Kohl's. It's a Sweet 9 though.
I got mine. It's like Poshino, $100 on Amazon.
Yeah, mine was like one something.
Yeah,
but it's the same color.
Yeah, yeah.
Slim fit.
It fits you good.
And all that. I gotta get it tailored.
I was gonna say like no way. Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, because I wanted to start building up my suit collection.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I wanted to start dressing nicely. It's just so expensive.
Oh, it is.
And then
tie clips too, nice.
I got one of those.
Target had some dope wingtips that I bought.
Saw
Brown
those,
ones.
I went the brown to the light brown. That was my vision.
Yeah, brown wingtips, and you got to get the brown belt to go with it. Yeah, so nice.
But practically, we can't. Like, it's not the 20s anymore.
Can't ever wear them. I wear. Like, we went on a cruise and we're going on another cruise, so I'll wear it for that and stuff like that.
But you wear it on the daily like how I would like to, you look like an asshole.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, 100%. Going to Albertsons, like, oh, I'm just shopping. Like, that'd be weird.
I mean, you can get away with that. I feel like if you have some sort of corporate job or higher office level position, you can get away with it. Be so hot,
though. Oh, I would die.
Yeah, but I mean, no one to see your pits. You got the blazer.
I know. That's the thing. I couldn't take off my jacket. We're out in the sun. Like, I'm just like, I'm dying under here.
Yeah.
But no one can tell.
Because we're both sweaty, too. We talked about that.
Yeah, 100% hot. Like, and right now I'm sweating, but watching the video, like, no one could see the sweat, so I try not to, like, wipe it off.
Yeah, don't wipe it.
I know. It's a huge issue. In the very beginning, I'd just be, like, touching my beard, wiping my shit 24/7, which I already did way too much in this video, but
I'm surprised you don't have Taryn put makeup on you. Has she offered? She's thought about it. No.
I'm like, is my hair fine? And she's just like, yeah, whatever. Who cares? She doesn't care.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. I feel bad. It's almost like blasphemy. We're on the Ian and Taryn show without Taryn.
Right. I've done it before. I've done it by myself, like with a collar.
Yeah.
Which was so weird because like no one was here. So I'm like looking around, like, is the weirdest thing. I'm just listening in here. It was so weird. Talking about car talk, so way off topic of like
tangents what we usually with yourself.
Go. Yeah, it was so weird.
You just had to put up content for the week or what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because like I don't want to go a week without doing it. You know.
Yeah.
Consistency is key.
We were talking about that podcast that we like so much. And
Rogan.
Yeah. Dude, shout out to Rogan, bro.
Yeah. Oh, I all my followers know.
And it was that 5-day gap.
Yeah.
When I dropped off. Because he wasn't posting.
You're like, where's he at? I'm used to this hitting my phone.
Because he's posting like 3+ a week.
I know, it's in 3 hours, like insane. I couldn't imagine doing that.
And the people he has on though, and that he can keep up with.
Yeah.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
Lawrence Krauss.
Yeah.
Dude.
Just ballers.
So dope.
I know.
One day.
He was already famous, so I have a long road.
That's true. Plus, he was the first to really take that platform to that level to where he was like, hey, Neil deGrasse Tyson, do you want to come talk to me for 3 hours of whatever you want to talk about?
I get 1 million+ downloads a month. You know, it's like, hell yeah.
And I don't think Neil deGrasse Tyson's in it for the money or the exposure. He just genuinely wants people to learn and expand their minds.
Oh, he's awesome.
And finally someone was like, hey, I have a platform for you to do it. You want it?
And not this like 10-minute snippet you're used to giving people. Like, hey, let's talk.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
As you see him on Hot Ones.
Yes.
I love Hot Ones.
I love Hot Ones.
I'm so jealous. That fucker gets 3.5 million views on each video.
Sean has done great with that show.
So,
and I think he's great.
Oh, he's great. I just hate how he talks with his hands like this so much.
But it's his
But it
thing.
Does add to it. Yeah,
it does, and now that it's a joke because he's been called on it, it's funny now. But even before that, that's just how he talks.
Yeah.
And his flow is so nice. If he has to do that, whatever.
And the production value is awesome. I know. You know, it's 20 fucking minutes. Are you kidding me?
Dude.
He makes as much as Rogan.
For sure. Plus the Hot One sauce. I'm going to buy some. I just haven't yet. Because I'm a hot fanatic. Spicy guy.
I only eat sub with hot sauce.
Dude, in Long Beach, there's that like specialty hot sauce shop. We should go check it out.
Oh, I need to check that out.
Yeah, I just looked it up like a week ago. I just haven't gone.
Really? They have all that stuff.
Like every Pan 100, all the ones on the show, plus a bunch. It's literally the shop is hot sauce.
Yeah. It'd be dope just to do like a Hot Ones thing like that.
That'd be super.
You know?
Yeah.
We're just like spitting all over the mic, like crying and shit. We're already hot, so we're just like pouring.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Shout out to that dude.
Oh, definitely. Killing the game.
For sure.
All right. Well, this has been a great podcast. We could go forever, but I'm just going to end it here. Regular 40 minutes. Thanks for watching the Ian Taryn podcast with Aj Gaikar.
Thanks.
All right, guys. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Ian and Taryn podcast. See you next week.
Goodbye.